Hi Charlotte, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Brenda. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Thanks for taking my call today. So we're just going to talk about some websites that I sent you through that I found particularly inspiring in terms of how they present their portfolios, and I just wanted to get your point of view on how they've presented their work as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So I've sent you through three websites, Paula Mills for Sweet William, Mikhail, and another designer called Musi. Was there any of those that particularly got your attention in terms of how they presented their work in their portfolio?
Yeah, so I think my favourite was the Sweet William website.
Mm-hmm.
I just really liked the way, if you went onto the portfolio, all of her work or their work could be viewed there, just easily found and really nicely presented as
Yeah.
well, just clean, all in the same sort of squares
Yeah.
that they were in.
Yeah.
And I guess just because of cohesion between each piece that they do, it looks nice on the page anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a standout one for me, I think,
Yeah.
without a doubt, over the other two.
Yeah. I liked how when you click into any of the images, you've got a good sense of the texture and detail as well. It really does them justice. I mean, they're absolutely stunning pieces themselves, but to have that transparency and be able to kind of inspect them at a closer level is really helpful, I think, from a viewer point of
Yeah, it
view.
was. Yeah, because the image gets bigger and you can see what it's called.
Yeah.
Whereas, like some of the other ones, like the Meikle one,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't too bad because you could. I looked down the folio thing on that, and so it was quite easy to find the actual portfolio of work,
Yes.
as it were,
Yeah.
which it wasn't on the Musi one. That was something I'm
Yes.
really, like, I'm still struggling to find, even just the body of
Yeah.
his work.
Yeah.
Which I just didn't like. It frustrated me in the end. I had to just think,
His
oh,
navigation was at the bottom. That's what I found. It just wasn't logical, really, and from a user perspective, it just wasn't very helpful. But contrastingly, his portfolio, it's just one column of images, and you can't click into them, and they are very detailed and very. They appear to be large scale, and you cannot scroll into them and get a sense of the detail going on, which was unfortunate. So some navigational issues there with his portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, his work's amazing, but actually, yeah. So, I mean, you've literally had to tell me how to access his work.
Yeah.
So how many people end up feeling the same?
Exactly. There's nothing more frustrating than non-logical navigation. It's a very basic requirement. Yeah.
Yeah. That thing with the Meikle folio was split into like murals, illustration, commercial, and so on.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay, because it means I've got to click through all the things to get a sense of everything that they do.
Yeah.
But then I found that when I did click through it, I think the first three displayed pretty much the same work anyway.
Right, okay.
But it's got some writing underneath it, and I kind of felt like you don't even need that on that front page.
Yeah.
You could have that perhaps when you click into it.
Yeah, she has quite a bit of text about, well, not a lot, but a significant amount compared to some of the others, kind of giving a bit of background. But I do like having a bit of context as well, though. I think that's quite helpful.
I just don't know that it presents on the page as prettily.
It's a case of how it's kind of disclosed to the viewer. It doesn't maybe need to be
perhaps, like because that's the thing with the Sweet William is you get the title of the work, which is nice, and then when you click on it, you get the full image. But you still don't get any background information on where that came from.
None of them have like perfectly executed. But anyway, and funny that Musi guy has, despite the shortcomings in his portfolio, he has provided details of how it was made and dimensions and things like that there. So everybody's got some good points and some bad points. What features do you think are non-negotiable for portfolio presentation? Like, what do you really look for stands out for you when you are viewing someone's portfolio? What would
the portfolio itself, as we've just sort of discuss, easily accessible.
Yeah.
The one thing about the Uzi website, the other thing, was that I found that when you did click on the information, there was no, you lost the navigation system.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you go into the About page, I think you have to scroll down to the bottom of the page to return.
Yes.
Or just click back, and I sort of don't like that. I feel like I've hit a dead end. I've got lost.
Yeah. It feels like he's tried to do something a bit different, but that came with risks. It wasn't executed.
I think I like the navigation system to be easily obtainable at the top of the page, for one thing.
Yeah.
Or at least potentially down the side. I mean, all of these ones were pretty much along the top, I think. But somewhere where it's, it's obvious and it's there. The sort of clear layout with the actual portfolio itself. I want to see what the person is producing easily. I actually quite like the About Us page as well.
Yeah.
Because it gives them sort of photos of the person, perhaps at work or in their workspace.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it gives a really good sense of who's creating work.
Who you're dealing with. I think it's good to put humanize the work, to be able to kind of see who's behind the work being produced as well. I think it's really helpful. I'm not sure if any of these guys have done it, but on their homepage to stream their Instagram at least, so you can see what they're up to, like currently. Because I know a lot of people don't have the time to update their portfolio regularly. That's a bit of a task in itself, but at least if the social media is linked to it, and particularly the Instagram, it gives them current content, so people can easily follow them or just see what they're up to and get a sense of their current work and commissions and things like that there. I think that's really easy way to keep your content fresh.
Yeah, for sure. I think that is probably a vital part of their website, to be fair.
Yeah. What features, apart from the kind of lack of navigational structure, do you think takes away from a successful portfolio?
One thing I really don't like that happens a lot, and it's kind of fashionable these days, is the top down thing that comes, panel, banner, or whatever that comes down from the top.
Okay.
Sometimes when you scroll down.
Yes.
And so usually what I find is it just reduces your
visibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find that really frustrating.
That's so funny. I actually like that. I like having access to the navigation. Yeah. Just makes it easier. Yeah.
Sometimes they're so big.
Yeah. And I find sometimes as well, when the navigation hasn't been clearly kind of planned or thought out, and they don't have breadcrumbs, to kind of track back into the different areas, because I find some of the portfolio websites, or just dedicated websites for some of the designers, there's so much content and it's really hard to, it kind of loops all back into each other, and it's really hard to get a landing on exactly where you are. So, if it had breadcrumbs or something like that to kind of guide you through the different sections, it would be helpful. Do you like as well that ability to view the detail of the images at a closer level is something that I really want access to when I'm viewing someone's portfolio? Do you have that similar urge to kind of zoom in on details as well?
Yes, I think they've got to be, at least high enough quality picture that you can zoom in, even if it doesn't have an actual zoom facility,
Yeah. That's great. Charlotte, I appreciate your time, and that's very helpful insight, your point of view on the portfolios. So I'll be taking some notes from that and working my portfolio page up with your opinions in mind.
Yeah, good, great.
Thank you.
Good luck.